Hello everyone, welcome to your daily card reading for December 30th, 2014. I think today I'm going to do a relationship spread, and then tomorrow I'll probably end up doing a wheel for the end of the year and then the beginning of the next one. But we've been doing the 3-card moving with a healing and a overall message, but I think I'd like to do one relationship spread right at the end of the year here, so we can look at relations. And then before I start, I'll draw a Tree Magic Gillian Kemp, and at the end I'll draw a overall message card. We just got this yesterday, and I think we got it like a couple days before. I'm going to draw another card because I get bored when we get the same card. But good to know that the message repeats. Oh, this is interesting. We haven't had this one in a while. Okay. The pomegranate tree. Wealth. And we have equilibrium and then wealth. Okay. And again, let me read the cypress tree here. Equilibrium. When opportunity is greeted with enthusiasm, success increases naturally. And then this one, the pomegranate tree, wealth, says complete harmony and the oneness of the universe attracts love in romance, family, and acquaintances. So love in all ways. I always think of the pomegranate as one situation or one moment that gives rise to millions of moments and millions of realities. Almost like one pivotal experience changes everything for everybody, and it's like all those seeds in the pomegranate gives rise to a whole new world of experience. Okay, and you know what, I'm going to do a healing card also. Okay, so, alright, so this is the person we're looking at. This is the outside influences. It can be one individual, or it could just be general, outside influences. And then this is our overall message card, and then this is our healing card. Okay, so this is the psychological, this is the physical. So looking at this person's mind, we have a flower, which is the psychism, the third eye. And the third eye is the way we see things, the light in which we see it. Anyone can walk into the room and watch what's going on, but people have very, very different interpretations or even feelings about what happens. So this is about that overall energy a person sits in when they watch the world around them, the way they view it, the way they perceive the world around them. And just as science will tell you, or anthropology, or what we know about perception is when we look at something, we influence it and we change it in a way. So it's important to look at people with those healing eyes, with those eyes of love, and just no matter what you see, you can see hurt and pain, and just respond to the opposite, and give that reassurance, and it's over, and you can have that influence. You can see bad qualities in people and bring those out in people, or you can see good qualities in people and bring those out in people. So you really, what you put your attention on, and what you assume you're interacting with, what you bank on for what you're watching or what you're understanding, you're gonna make that happen, or make the reality really strongly influenced by your perception. I've often in my life experience, I'll have a job or have a situation where somebody's just they're hating on me. They look at me with eyes of hatred or whatever, or just judgment, or when people judge other people, it won't make that person that way, but it will take them away from being who they really are, because you're that is being covered up or being refused. So we want to refuse the negative, refuse anything negative about others, and just really pay attention to the positive, and bring out that positive, and give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Give everybody the loving influences, and the support, and the hope, or the assumption of good things. When we assume everybody is the best of the best, even if they're the worst of the worst, if you assume they're the best of the best, it's going to be a long time before that worst of the worst starts to come out, because you're influencing them with your eyes, you're influencing them with your assumption. So people will, they'll either be limited by your perception, or they will be promoted by your perception. A person's ability to act in the world or be in the world really has to do with the way others perceive us, and the parameters or the limits, and the space somebody else gives us, and the labels and the assumptions and the judgments. So we just want to be really clear with people, and not project anything onto them. Projection does work like magic. If we really are convinced somebody is some way, we will project that onto them, and that's felt, and then, but if we just, keep our eyes open and keep our judgments and our assumptions out of other people's lives, we can really be clear and open to seeing what is. And then we can see often when you give someone that space and that freedom to be, you'll often see somebody's insecurities, and when you see their insecurities, you can also curb those and reassure people in their insecurities that that they are no big deal, or that they don't matter, and that these are just other people's fears put into their space, or other people's doubts and fears. So this person we're looking at here has a strong psychological influence on people. They have a strong psychic influence on people. So they really have a lot of presence and weight in their vision, and their silent interaction with others. And everybody really can feel what everybody else is thinking and feeling. We can feel judgments, or acknowledgement. We can feel that. So this is about just being aware that you have this person has this power of influencing people, and the flower is unfolding. Of course, my deck is positive. We're looking at a positive unfoldment of psychism, projecting the positive onto people and changing the world around you for the positive, and healing people with your vision. And then in the physical world, we have snowflake, which has to do with being very unique. So this combination here, this is unique in the physical world. Something about this person we're looking at here is one of a kind, very unique and special, and the only one in this position, or the only one with this makeup that really has power and authority. So 100 people can say things sometimes and it means nothing, and then one person says the same thing and everything makes a difference. So we're just kind of looking at a powerful influence here, both in the physical realm with just a presence, and then in the psychic or psychological realm with action here. So, and then in the external realm, the outside influence is coming in with this flower energy, this psychism, the third eye that is really potent in projecting a positive reality and changing things, shifting and changing things with the vision. Having that positivity. There's an outside change that happens as a result, which is Cinnabrite, and this is about somebody who has an experience that makes them stronger. It's almost poisonous in some way, but it has made them stronger, and that they have this strength to get through a poisonous situation. And Cinnabrite is the elixir for immortality, but it's also extremely deadly. It's liquid mercury. It can kill someone, but at the same time, if the Cinnabrite, which is the pure extract of that, if it is taken right, it promotes longevity and immortality. So it's also about having a 360-degree change, and having a complete zero factor of life, where self and others and reality or situation kind of comes full head and goes all the way from yang to yin, or to yin, from yin to yang, where you go so far in one direction it ends up in the opposite direction. You end up zero factoring it, and the whole thing kind of falls through on itself, and then it has a totally different meaning beyond the original. So I don't know, I've had a few experiences of zero factoring things in my life, but it's really like one example is you look at money and you think about how money is made, and what money means, and money this and money that, and you have all this money, and then you start to think about it, and really what money is, it's a really symbolic, hypothetical, metaphoric thing that is produced on will by certain people, and then with all the credits and debits and everything, the whole thing is a very abstract system, and it is it just gets zero factored. It just becomes something that isn't even real. It's just a mythology, or it's almost like a mythology that you can look into, that has people believing in the system, but when you really look at it, there's not much to it. It's not really substantial. So anyway, it's like really looking at a problem that you think is a big problem, or looking at a situation, and you're like looking at the different pieces of it and parts of it, and you're really analyzing it, and then all of a sudden you get a bunch of information, and the whole thing just kind of falls right through on itself, and then all of a sudden it doesn't mean anything. Like, none of it means anything anymore. So this is about zero factoring something. Like, you look at every little part of something, analyze it to the nth degree, everything, and then all of a sudden none of it has meaning anymore, which is just totally ridiculous. The whole thing gets voided. It goes into the void, which is the black hole that ends up going into all possibilities of existence. It's infinity and eternity in that whole. So it's the one and the all. Cinnabarite, number 10. It's the heart and the aura. It's the individual as part of everything, and just kind of the continuum of everything as it cycles back around. So basically, as an outside influence here, I'm just saying that there's something that's weighing heavily on the outside here that is changing, and it's making people stronger, and it's kind of disappearing. Something major is all of a sudden becomes minor and goes away. So it's like the magic trick. Something that disappears, and then we have this really positive healing eye, the eye that heals, the third eye, the aura, the energy that heals. So in the physical realm here, on the outside influences, we have Zodi, which has to do with the zodiac, and just really important things happening, stepping stones in people's lives, very kind of calculated, unique circumstances that have to happen. Also, a personality that is very unique. It almost has to do with the snowflake. The snowflake is basically at the center of the astrology, but it's almost like this is the one and this is the all, and there's just a lot of stuff that it has to happen for the greater good of all. So this, the idea of the zodiac is that we're not here by ourselves on planet Earth or in this universe to just kind of do our own thing without meaning. We're all here together to work something out. So we're all working on something together, and it's group project, big gigantic group project here. So the physical world has life experiences for the good of all people, and it's very important and has to happen. So yeah, it's almost like when I look at this one, it's like this very healthy, stable side, and this uniquely already individuated, already expressive. This person is expressive already. They have arrived, and then they have this healing power with their eyes. And then on the outside, there's this kind of this tough course that is being navigated here, but for a very good reason, that is matching up, linking up with this snowflake, linking up with this uniqueness. And then we have this major shift and change here in the physical world with something that might have been a little bit difficult but is changing now. And then our overall message card. Sorry about that, the camera shut off. Anyway, this overall message card is about making a decision. And often we have no idea we're going to make a decision before we make one. We think we know what we're doing, and then all of a sudden we make another decision that totally surprises us. So, and that's the whole thing about life. We often think we're making a decision, or we're really weighing different things out, and not sure what way we're going to go, or sometimes we have no idea we're going to even take a pathway that we come across. But all of a sudden, certain thoughts happen, and emotions happen, or situations happen, or something, a bunch of stuff happens, information comes to light, and all of a sudden we see things totally differently, and then we take a different path. So this has to do with really just change in direction and being guided. This is a little spirit angel, so being guided by your spirits, and making decisions that we weren't planning on, but that's the way we need to go. And there's no wrong decision. It's just the way we understand is best for us to travel, and then we go that way, and then we figure it out from there. So There is going to be kind of a change in the road, or a path we're going to take, or a decision that we're going to make. And then the overall healing card is Ama. So Ama has to do with the Queen Mother and really providing for people in the physical world, not just mentally, emotionally, but also physically. So because it's a healing card, it means it's already happening. We're already being provided for. Somehow there is a situation or a place or a person that is able to meet our physical needs, where, like, I name her after an ashram, where Amachi, she will give you teaching, she will give you home, she will give you food, she will give you a community. So she provides like this. Or Ama is the name of a Queen Mother in Africa. That I also, so it's kind of a dual Queen Mother, or mother providing something, but Queen Mother is somebody who's able to kind of round up resources and then redistribute. A Queen Mother is somebody who takes care of a whole community in terms of connections and resources and food and shelter and anything that may be needed by the community. They provide for those people. So it has to do with providing in the physical world, but then also, of course, there is, some psychological and emotional, care involved also, and spiritual also. So there's care on all levels, but the emphasis, because this is a Earth card, it's the Queen of Earth. It really has to do with kind of giving somebody that safe place. So this is already, and then this is just to don't forget. This is the overall message card. So that's how I think of the overall message card, is a don't forget card. You keep it in mind. You might need to make a decision or see a different way to go. Just be open for a shift and change, in whatever you're doing here. But again, we have this even, balanced way of going about our life right now, and we continually get this, where it's a very peaceful, balanced movement in our life, where we're being positive and moving positively forward in our life. And it says, when opportunity is greeted with enthusiasm, success increases naturally. And there's a break and a change and a movement in the physical world. So this nice even movement. And then our new card here, which actually kind of has to do with this Queen Mother here. It says, complete harmony and the oneness of the universe attracts love in romance, family, and acquaintances. The pomegranate tree. So, yeah, and then again, we have this really stable person here that is really fully expressing themselves and developed, very mature. I want to say a very mature person who kind of has their mind together and really, very solid, stable. And they have this, healing eye for people, and this just very clear vision, clear understanding, and really can help people look at things or see things in the way of truth, in the way of beauty. It's like the beauty way, the truth way. And this person has that influence to bring out the beauty and the truth as well. And then we have the external influence here, the external either energies of group or an individual really having shifts and changes in their lives, pivotal moments, and becoming stronger and getting over something that they've been looking at or dealing with for a while. Just getting rid of it, really, zero factoring it, and becoming strong after it all, and then using it for the advantage, and just really having the experience under their belt with their life path, their life purpose, and shifts and changes, and being provided for here at the same time. So these two are pretty different cards, but just the basis is we have this healing already that we are provided for, and then the overall message is, be on your toes, get ready for shifts and changes. So anyway, I hope everyone got what they needed out of this today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.